am a gear fanatic. I love equipment. I love technology. And I'm somebody that I will try everything because I give it a fair assessment. You know, people say, oh, this is the best, this is the best, this is the best. And I've always been someone to use my own judgment. I've had people give me a lot of stuff. Like, oh man, we're going to give it to you because we know you're going to love it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. So when I find something I like, I get on the phone and I'll call everybody I know. Because I know, I just feel that there are a lot of manufacturers that don't look at guys like me and how we work. You know, a lot of times it's very, very off the radar, very, very technical. And I'm somebody that I know 100 people just like me that make beats, that program, that make records, that I know you just don't understand what this does. And as soon as you do, you'll switch everything. I've had 10 people that came over that I showed, and after I showed, they were like, oh. It was the easiest thing in the world to set up because it automatically saw my interface. It automatically saw all of my VST and audio unit instruments. And it was like everything that I was used to working with was right there. And then it had its own instruments, its own, effects. And what I found is it got to a point that I was probably more creative than I've been in a really long time because I felt limitless. Fix all the rest. I felt like, any idea I have, I can kind of do because I know if this is something that I want to make fit, I can automatically make it fit. It took away the task of how to do it because I knew I could do it. What I figured out, and it blew me away, that I would take an audio file and just drag it into my top track. Just drag the whole record. And how I said the pieces that I wanted, I would figure out the pieces that I want, I would highlight them, and I would put a second track. And I would use the top track as my holding track. Take my second track and just drag the pieces down and warp them how I want it. That way, okay, this is cool, and then I take this piece, and this is cool, this is piece, and then I can just arrange it how I want it. But what I did is I loaded up the sampler and started just swiping pieces that I want and just pulled it on top of the sampler. And I didn't realize that you could do that. So I just pulled the piece on top, and then I would, set my key group of where I want it, and then pull another piece and set my key group. So it was almost like me chopping up my sampler, but I'm looking at what I want. Like, let me take this and pull this down, let me take this and pull this down. And I basically made a whole sampler and laid it out of all of the samples that I want. So not only can I warp it, but then I can chop it up and rearrange all of the pieces, with the sampler. This is what I was telling you. I just grabbed the piece, and I realized that each piece that I grab, I can open it up and truncate it. So I don't have to grab the piece exactly how I want it. this is a program that, you know, if everyone knew what this did, this would probably be the main program that everyone would use. Yeah, if I had this a couple albums ago, it would really make my life easier.